Okay, Bethany, this is the time. It's arrived.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Here it is, Bethany.
Oh my God.
What do you think, Bethany?
Guys, it's real.
This is real. What is this going to do to Poto, Oklahoma, to the women, children, and men?
It is literally going to save lives.
People love a dream and they love an idea.
Guys, thank y'all so much for showing up. This is our 15th year doing this.
It is well before sunrise in Poto, Oklahoma. Gathered on a flat concrete slab, these 47 men from Mueller Metal Buildings are about to fulfill a promise to the people of this small community.
Anything over 6 foot, you have to wear a harness.
They plan to construct a 4,000 square foot building in only 3 days. It's something called Helping Hand, an annual mission of sorts that Mueller has taken on for, last count, 15 years.
Had a really good relationship with a guy named Bob Phillips. Bob calls me at 10:30 one night and says, "I've got an idea." He said, "Mike, I think we need to give a building away."
That first building deep in the East Texas woods started a tradition of giving that has become part of the Mueller company culture.
We've done food pantries, we've done medical clinics, fire stations, we've done just a variety of things. And what we have found is that these organizations, all of them need help.
Each year, Mueller posts an application on their company website, and any nonprofit agency from Tennessee to Texas, well, all over really, is urged to apply.
Hundreds of requests are then narrowed down to the list of finalists. This year, there were 4. In Sudan, Texas, the Mueller team selected as a finalist Shelby's Bridge.
Then in Brookshire, Texas, a group called Eyes on Me.
And in Damascus, Arkansas, the station at Damascus also earned a spot on that coveted list.
But after meeting the people at the Women's Crisis Services in Poto, Oklahoma, and hearing their stories, we knew we had to know more.
Poto is a community of roughly 10,000 right in the middle of the Ouachita Mountain Range. So we are literally right in the middle of some of the most beautiful country in the state of Oklahoma. And sometimes beauty holds dark secrets. Oklahoma is actually #1 in the country for domestic violence. So we have more cases of domestic violence than any other state. We provide victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking shelter, therapy services. Just in my time here, I have had 8 domestic violence deaths, so that's averaging 1 a year. What do you do when you don't have resources? What do you do when you don't have a place like this to go? Our legal name is the Women's Crisis Services of LaFleur County. It provides a safe, stable location for our women, children, and families to heal from their trauma. We provide that safety net for them to have a place to get back on their feet.
When we come, we bring the building in on Monday morning at 7:30. Some of the guys on this build, this is their first build. They got soft hearts.
3 goes at that corner.
They may come across as big and tough, but they are soft, sensitive, and caring people. And that's part of the reason we're still doing this many years. I sent an email out before, telling everybody what to do, what to expect, and I said, if this is your first time, there'll be a lot of laughing, there'll be a little cussing, but this will be something that will change your life.
The Mueller team has come to know that all too well.
Just down the street from the construction site, a lone woman sits and watches a dream take shape.
We know her as Cindy, and she credits her survival to Bethany and the others at the WCS.
Here I am before the abuse. Okay, here's the first one. And then here's some more. I was abused. I thought that was love. No, that's not love, that's abuse. This is what after I've gotten out of the hospital. I'm alive. I'm a survivor.
This fast pace on day one of the construction couldn't come soon enough.
This new building will help by providing much-needed room for confidential services to victims of domestic abuse through counseling, therapy, and even shelter from their abusers. And the sun sets after an incredible day of stubborn dedication from the Mueller crew.
This is day 2 of what they started early this morning, about 7 o'clock. Sun's not even up yet. It's hot and it's dirty and everything is dusty. Anything worthwhile is hard. If it was easy, everybody'd do it. But these guys, they sweat, they ache, but you couldn't pull one of them off of there.
I pulled up today and there's almost a whole building.
Assistant Police Chief Greg Russell is president of the board of directors for the Women's Crisis Center.
He works hand in hand to save those affected by family violence.
You'll find it anywhere you go, any part of the community, whether it's the nicest house in town, whether it's the smallest house in town, whether you go across the country, you're going to encounter domestic violence.
This is day 3.
It's a lot of guys coming together and a lot of guys just doing their part, knowing what to do, and we work together like a machine.
This is my 15th helping hand.
It's remarkable. I mean, you're talking about an entire steel building that you're going to erect, insulate, sheet, hang the doors, finish the building in 3 days.
And I do it to give back to the community.
Lots of emotions tied up with the folks that we're helping because there are desperately hurting people out in the world. And we are so fortunate that we're in position to help some of them.
Every year we get a chance to change somebody's life.
Ahead of schedule on day 3, and the Mueller team saved the honors of driving the last screw into the new building for one special person.
Bethany Black, who once taught high school ag mechanics, knows what goes into an effort like this. Back on the ground, she sees for the first time the culmination of so many prayers.
To see it with walls, it's huge.
Yeah.
Bethany's emotions take her back to a painful memory of losing her own grandmother to the effects of domestic violence.
You know, I think back that maybe if in the 70s and 80s this was a thing, I would still have my grandma. So I want to make sure some other little girl gets to have her grandma.
There are 3 things that I'm most proud about Mueller's helping hand. This group of guys, we call them the Mueller men, and they represent everything that's right about our country and everything that's right about our society, because these are the guys that will stand up for what's right, and they'll stand up for people who can't stand up for themselves.
Thursday morning, we call it the passing of the keys. Our president, Matt Ackley, will say a few words, but then officially hand the keys to the building.
The building itself is a building, but what happens inside of that building is truly humbling. And so, on behalf of Mueller and Cornerstone Building Brands, it is my honor and my privilege to present you with the keys to your new building, and thank you for all of your work.
What would you tell the Mueller team right now?
I would tell them that they are the reason that I'm going to be able to do the work that we've been trying to do for years.
We made a difference.
A lot of gratitude, a lot of joy, a lot of tears for me, you know, on the ride home. Just so grateful to be a part of it.
You guys will never know the women who come through here. You'll probably never even hear the stories that we do. But at the end of the day, you have started the process of restoring hope to families and to a community. So Mueller men, thank you so much for giving us the power to make our future possible, and thank you for restoring our hope.